Hey everyone, I am really excited to go over the nutrition portion of the challenge. Now, MyFitnessPal is bar none probably the best method to just count your calories, count your macronutrients, but really to gain that awareness. Over this next 7 days, the point of what we're trying to do is not to write dietary restrictions or create a meal plan or try to overcomplicate the situation. It's to simply, on top of the mindset strategies, on top of the habit strategies, on top of the glute exercises, to bring awareness. Now, a lot of you, I'm sure, have followed different nutrition programs in the past, and at the end of the day, especially meal plans, if you don't create the foundation of just being aware of how many calories you're putting in your body, the types of food you're putting in your body, ultimately you're going to fail, right? Because again, everything that we've talked about is about building habits. And that's why I believe MyFitnessPal, for the first 7 days of any training program of any kind, should be the first step for you to actually begin to catapult your results. Now, some of you have used MyFitnessPal in the past, maybe some of you haven't. I absolutely love it. I use it every single day, and all my premium clients use it. And if you want a little bit more detailed macronutrients, you can always message me. But the whole point is that we're really going to just keep this simple, and all we want you to do is to start getting good at logging. And then, down the line after a few days, we can discuss how we can advance this. But for the first 7 days, all we're going to do is start building the habit of actually logging. Okay, so I'm going to go over that here now. So basically, this is obviously the desktop version. I would recommend definitely downloading the app on your phone. That way it's a lot easier. You don't have to do this on the desktop every day or every night. Okay, so this is my account. Now, disregard the people here. I have all my clients as friends. I'm going to show you how to add me as a friend as well. But what I'm going to do is first, when you download the app, you're going to go in and you're going to hit food. And on the app, it's the same thing. On the desktop, the same thing. Okay, you're literally going to just start logging everything, just everything that you've eaten, and try to be as detailed as possible. So, for example, meal one this morning, I was recording my videos, and Shaylee and I were really trying to get going. So I haven't had the best day so far, but that's okay. I am not perfect. So I'm going to show you. On meal one, I had a breakfast burrito, and what I did is the breakfast burrito had eggs, potatoes, bacon, and it had obviously the flour tortilla. So what I did, instead of just putting breakfast burrito, I thought, well, this breakfast burrito most likely has 2 eggs in it. It has a little bit of potatoes, has a little bit of bacon, and obviously that flour tortilla. So what I want you to do is, instead of trying to search burrito, try to think of it logically and try to individually start logging logically so that you understand individually what you're eating, okay? And then you can take into account the calories, obviously, and all of that. But again, I don't want you to overthink this. The whole point is just to start logging, okay? And then meal number 2, I went over to Chop Shop it's a great spot in Scottsdale, and I got their Balance Bowl, which has a little bit of steak, some brown rice, and some eggs. And then meal 3, I was rushing, and I went to Chick-fil-A. So again, this is not a perfect day. What we're going to do, I'll show you in a second. You're going to add me as a friend, and you can look at what I do on a daily basis. Now, I have done an MRT test, which goes over my food sensitivities. Your food sensitivities are going to be different. Everyone in this group is going to have different dietary restrictions. What I will tell you is that obviously cutting back on gluten, cutting back on sugar, cutting back on alcohol and dairy over the next 7 days will more than likely release some of that inflammation in your body. But again, we're not trying to overcomplicate this, trying to keep it super simple. All right. So what we're going to do is just go in, and I'm just going to show you real quick on how to add a food. It's super simple. So meal 4, I had actually let's go post-workout. I worked out and I had a protein shake, right? So all I'm going to do is type in the protein powder that I did. So I did the gold standard way. All I'm going to do is click that, and I did 1 serving, add to food diary. It's literally that simple. And then I'm going to go add food again. I had a little bit of blueberries. What's really cool about this is that it actually starts to calculate and actually understand what you're going to do. And I did a cup of those, and then I just add it. So it's seamless, and it takes literally seconds to add, okay? Here's a really cool part, and here's how we're going to keep you accountable over the next 7 days. What you're going to do is make sure to go to settings in your app or on the desktop. You're going to scroll all the way down on the setting, or the setting on the app is a little bit different, but you'll scroll all the way down, and you will click diary sharing. And instead of having it on private, which most likely that's what it'll be at, you're going to click friends only, and then you're going to save the changes. All right, and then from there, you'll go back to friends, and I want you to add me as an email. You'll put your first and last name too, and all you have to do is add Jake Coyle Fitness, or Jake at Jake Coyle Fitness. So if you decided the email route, it's just Jake at Jake Coyle Fitness. And you would just type it in. And then literally I will get your invite, and then now we'll be friends. And now that we're friends, I'll be able to go in, my team and I, and we'll be able to see exactly what you're doing, okay? Don't worry about putting in your macros. Don't worry about putting in all that other stuff. Just keep this simple. All we're gonna do is get good at logging. Now, if you have individualized questions, feel free to reach out to me. But most importantly, what I wanna really focus on, ladies, is actually focusing on the mindset, all the pieces that we're gonna be going over the next 7 days, which I'm really excited about. It's gonna be unlike anything you've ever done, okay? At the end of it, you can look, your daily calories are always going to be at the bottom. And typically for women, I'm going to be very general with this, but anywhere between 1,200 to maybe 2,000 calories per day would be an ideal situation. Any lower than 1,200, more than likely, you're messing with your hormones, and then any more than 2,000, it's going to be too much. Now, obviously, that's going to vary. So that's the goal, is try to stay within that 1,300 to 1,700. And that, again, might be high for some, might be low for some. We have a variety of different body types in here, but again, the whole goal is just to monitor that. And last but not least, I want you to add your water intake. So you saw the tip in the email about waking up first thing in the morning, having 32 ounces of water. Definitely that is crucial, which is equivalent of almost 3 cups, okay? And what you'll do is you'll just quick add your water. So if you have 4 cups, you just hit add. You could add custom 4, and there you go. So I want you to add your water, and I want you to start getting good with logging your food. And that is it. All right, ladies, if you have any questions, never hesitate to reach out, and we will see you in the group.